now, if I ask you, what do you like more? Do you like hair or you like makeup?
Definitely makeup, because there's so much color. The bride's outfit is so glamorous. There's jewelry. There's so much fun.
Okay. So how long it's been, you started your makeup? Because I know your salon is 14 years old.
Yeah.
So how?
So I've been into the makeup industry since I think 2014. Yeah. So about 8 to 10 years.
So how do you keep updated with those trends, and how do you, incorporate those trends in your makeup?
So, I think one is every 2 years there are lots of masterclasses that happen by famous Delhi makeup artists, Bombay celebrity makeup artists. So, getting trained by them, getting trained under them, being in sync with Bollywood. Because if any Bollywood wedding happens, that's it. That's what is trending. So, all these things matter. Generally, HD means high definition. So, nowadays you get HD foundations. So, when a bride is choosing between HD makeup and airbrush makeup, it is just the base that is different. The eyes can be what they want, the lips can be what they want, but it is the base that is different. Yeah.
So what are those things they can do 6 months prior? Like if you can just hide.
So first thing is visiting a dermatologist. Getting your facials, getting your skin treatments, getting your morning routine and night routine sorted.
Once again, this is Ritesh Latta. हम आप लोगों के लिए काफी informative and exciting content लेके आ रहे हैं. We have invited a lot of wedding experts, and we make sure that we keep these videos short. चले, let's go.
The time taken is also similar.
Same. Yeah. 2.5 hours max. Okay, not more than that.
But why the time is more for HD and why the time is same for HD and machine airbrush? When you're using machine and when you're using manually, you're doing manually.
So in airbrush also we are doing manually. The extra 15 minutes is when we use the machine to coat over what we've done.
Okay.
Right? So the machine is super fast. So it just takes an extra 15 minutes of what I would otherwise take in an HD makeup. So it's just the coating, and we do it 3 to 4 times and that's it. Your airbrush is done. Yeah. So it's just like a, kind of airbrush spray of foundation that goes around the face. Okay. And we have to do it 3-4 times and that's it. So it's very efficient. It's very quick. It does not take extra time at all.
Poonam, let me ask you one challenging question. Have you ever been to a situation where you've done the makeup and the bride says, I don't like the makeup?
So that situation has never arisen because, the look is discussed through and through. And that's when the trials are very important. Because then the bride understands that, okay, this is how the makeup will look. This is the eye makeup we are going with. So she knows. There are no surprises.
You mean to say the trial makeup with the kind of accessories and the attire she is going to wear on that particular day?
Yes, that's why the trial 2 months prior
which you
to the event is very important, because by then she knows her jewelry, she knows her outfit, everything is set. So the look is also set according to all those things. So she's not kept in a surprise ki aaj makeup artist aayegi, kya karne wali hai mere upar. It's not like that. But of course, there are times when, I have done the bride's makeup and she is very happy, but then enters the groom and he is not happy. Because, generally, men in general, they don't like women wearing makeup, or they don't prefer girls wearing makeup. They're like, natural hi raho. Tum naturally achhi dikhti ho,
So, let me ask you one question. Any groom has guts to say that I don't like the makeup?
They do. They do. And I'm actually surprised that it's her big day. And how can you spoil her big day by making that comment just because you don't like it? So there was an instance where we were getting the bride ready and, we were making her wear hair extensions and she loved it. But the groom said, no, why do you need hair extensions? Your hair is so lovely as is. no hair extensions for you. And then she's like, okay, Poonam, no hair extensions.
How do you deal with such a situation?
In such situations, it's better not to interfere. Let the bride take a call, and whatever she decides, we're there to do that. I never force my clients for anything. There are so many brides, they'll say, mujhe lashes nahi chahiye, mujhe lenses nahi chahiye, mujhe hair extensions. It's your call. It's your big day. So it's your decision. It's not what I want to do for you. It's what you want. And you've hired me for that.
I think that's the best way, to look at, any profession when it comes to weddings.
Correct.
Whether it is a wedding planner, or it is a makeup artist, or it is a jewelry designer. Obviously, we can always suggest them that this will look good or this will be better. But at the end of the day, it's bride who decides. I'm sure you must be having this tussle between explaining, nahi, real flowers बहुत अच्छे लगेंगे, real flowers बहुत अच्छे लगेंगे. But then the bride is like, nahi, fake ही लगाओ, fake ही. And now, abhi kitna explain karoge? So then you say, okay, we'll mix. Nowadays all have started doing a mix of real flowers and fake flowers. And so that is a good midpoint. Ki you're also happy, she's also happy, and the budget is also happy. Yeah. The father is also right. Yeah. Everything else, yeah. So you have to come to a settlement. You can't be, rigid and arrogant. No, you have to wear extensions, otherwise it will not look nice. No, that will not work. And, they are so stressed out. It's such a sensitive time that you have to be very calm and patient. And at the end of the day, what the bride says is the end. That's final. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a situation where you are there and, the groom enters and says, I like the makeup. And you've done the changes.
Yeah.
Any situation where you have completed the makeup and you left the place and then the bride calls you, ki, there's some problem with the makeup, I want to make the change.
So most likely it can happen like that ki, are ye safety pin nikal gaya hai, or but so what we do is that once the bride is ready, she takes 1 hour for her photography, right? So that is the time I also take to capture my photos and videos. At the same time, I'm checking the photographer's pictures ki, is her makeup looking great? Is her outfit looking great in pictures? And in that 1 hour, if the whole photography session has gone smooth and seamlessly, means she's comfortable. She's not going to call me back. And that's when I say, okay, now I'm leaving. Everything's done. You're ready to go. And anything, do you have any last minute? And she's like, no, I'm good. So I think it's just about spending that half an hour, 45 minutes extra time with the bride once she's ready.
Good.
Just to see, is she able to walk properly? Is her dupatta too heavy? Is it pulling her hair? Small things like this. Once she's like, I'm absolutely comfortable, then we leave.
Okay. Yeah. And what if, bride has 2 back-to-back functions?
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, you make her ready by 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
She has a sundowner wedding, Fera happening.
Yeah.
And after that, she has a break of around
half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah.
And then she's again going for a
reception. Yeah.
So in that 1 hour, half an hour, because she has to do a quick change maybe of the look or something like that. So that time you're there, right?
Yes. So in such cases, we are waiting at the venue throughout. So, because what if her Feras are finished half an hour early, which is never the case. It always is 1 hour delayed, but generally we are at the venue. We charge the client also that, okay, we'll get you ready for your wedding. We will wait those 2 hours till your sundowner reception, so that the bride is like assured ki, haan, ye hai.
Correct.
I don't have to worry ki, where is Poonam or where is the makeup artist? Will she come on time? We are there and the bride is also stress-free. So we prefer being at the venue. There's no point running from one work to another work, back to another work. No, like I'll chill at the venue, I'll enjoy the wedding, and then the bride comes back. We do her touch up and everything, and then she goes, and then we also call it a day.
So in such cases, what do you suggest? Do you suggest the complete changeover, or do you suggest just the minimal look change?
No. So generally, most of the times, if the bride says my feras will be done by 8 o'clock, it never happens. Delays happen. Bharat takes their own sweet time. Delays are bound to happen. In fact, so many times brides have been like, Poonam, there won't be any delay. It is going to be, and I was like, I have a lot of experience. There is going to be a delay. And so many times it has happened that I have been proved right. There has been a delay. So we curate the look in such a way, the Fera look, that, okay, when she has to come for her reception, we just open the hair, we just change the accessories, we change the eye makeup a little bit so that it looks completely different. So all of that is also discussed prior, so that she exactly knows what she's getting and then going again for her reception. So we suggest them changes that can be done in half an hour. We don't overcommit ki hum ye kar denge, wo kar denge. No. Only changes that can be done in half an hour, we'll be like, this is possible.
But what if the bride has, traditional look in Fera and, Western look in reception?
Reception.
How do you tackle that?
So then we tell them that we need a minimum of 45 minutes to do the whole change, because there is a makeup artist, there is a hairstylist. So both the things are happening simultaneously, but 45 minutes minimum is required by the time you get out of your outfit, get into your other outfit, change your jewelry. You need minimum 45 minutes to an hour. If they guarantee me that, then I'm like, this is possible. So the time is important. Yeah.
And when you don't get that time, last minute, how do you handle it?
There are so many times, where we have waited and the bride has not come back for the reception change. But we have waited. And mostly if there's no time, they don't change into their reception outfit. So I normally kind of advise my brides that if you're having a sundowner wedding, continue the same look throughout. Because it's so taxing for the bride. It's so tiring. Feras ho gaya, abhi fatafat bhago, change karo outfit, fir, venue pe bhago. It's just so tiring on the bride. But I also agree, that's my point of view. A lot of brides want to wear 10 different outfits, right? So they want it. Those who want it will make sure their wedding starts on time, finishes on time, they come to change on time, and they're back in the reception on time. I have seen brides who have been so particular with their family members that we have to be back in the room at this time, and they have come back. So ultimately it's how dedicated and, determined you are to kind of follow that schedule. But sometimes schedules are out of everybody's concern. Then the bride also understands, and we also understand that this much is what will happen. And she's like, okay, now let me go.
Correct. So maybe if you're getting even half an hour, you try and do something.
Half an hour is more than enough, but we want that complete half an hour with no disturbance, and we can do a great job in that half an hour. Yeah.
And if it is 10-15 minutes, then you can't do much.
That 10-15 minutes goes in her changing the outfit. Yeah. So then then they don't even bother coming back to change the outfit. Then they continue the same Fera look for the reception. Because, guests are also kind of waiting to leave. They want a picture with the bride and groom, and they're waiting to head. So it's unfair to keep the guests waiting. Yeah.
Okay. So now let me ask you few of your suggestions, tips, which you can, which will help our to-be bride, especially when it comes to makeup.
Yeah.
So what are the common mistakes, family or bride or groom make, or, maybe while selecting, maybe during the process, or maybe on the wedding? So what are these common mistakes which can be rectified?
So, I think first things that brides need to focus is on skincare. Because you need to understand that if you have good skin, your makeup will look great. But if you don't take care of your skin, if you're dehydrated, your makeup's not going to look that great. So good makeup requires good skin. So 6 months prior to the wedding, focus on skincare, visiting dermatologists, getting all that on top priority. Then I have seen, then another very common mistake when going and buying their outfit. They don't realize how heavy the dupatta is or how heavy the lehenga is, but they just buy it. But on that day when they're actually wearing, their shoulders are hurting, their shoulders are not able to take the weight of the dupatta, or the dupatta border is so mota ki that pin is only not entering, so I feel they don't focus on these things. They're like, we like it, we'll buy it. Then another thing is, another important thing which I always tell my brides, having 2 dupattas for their fairas. One on their head, light one on their head, one that can be draped. So, these are things that if they kind of focus on. With regards to the groom, I don't know. I think it's very easy for them to pick up a sherwani and, it's very easy. So I don't think grooms have had really any problem more than the bride. Yeah.
So, so you mean to say that, they should actually start, taking care of themselves 6 months
prior. Yes.
So what are those things they can do 6 months prior? Like if you can just hire.
So first thing is visiting a dermatologist, getting your facials, getting your skin treatments, getting your, morning routine and night routine sorted. Because that makes a huge difference when it comes to the makeup on the wedding day. People say, oh, Alia Bhatt's makeup looks so nice. But Alia Bhatt has such great skin that even if you do a little bit, it just looks great. So I think that is what they need to focus on. Apart from skincare, I don't think anything else. The shopping and everything continues, but skincare is something they have to really take that effort.
Is there any tip to, homemade kind of things, at home you can do things to, keep your skin better?
So I would not recommend anything homemade. The best homemade remedy is icing your face. Take an ice pack and probably dip your face into a bowl of ice. That's one of the best home remedies. But anything else is too risky because you might break out or it might lead to an allergic reaction, and then those things take a long time to fix. So no homemade remedies except for icing.
Okay. I think sometimes people say that, drink a lot of water.
Hydrate yourself, drink a lot of water. Because a lot of brides, I have seen so many brides that, especially brides who manage corporate life and wedding shopping, they are super stressed. And they break out a lot before the wedding because they are so stressed. They are not getting chutti from work. And plus they have to run around with their wedding shopping that they don't end up drinking water or hydrating. So these are important small things. If they focus on, it just makes it easier.
Okay. Even on the day of wedding, like, is there anything which you feel that they should do to look better, look fresh?
Icing. Yeah. And that is something we also do for the bride. Before starting their makeup, we ice their face, for a good 5-10 minutes and then start their entire process.
And the water is also important.
Yeah. Now, of course, on those 2-3 days, it's like they're dehydrated or they're not eating properly or they're sleeping late at night. So they generally look tired. And that's where icing helps. It just makes them look fresh instantly. Yeah.
Now, if you can give us some tips for the bride, like, how, they can go ahead with their day, or how the makeup, when they select the makeup artists, what kind of things they should keep in mind, or what kind of tips will make the makeup artist work much better?
Reference pictures.
Okay.
Reference pictures, because reference pictures will give, reference, like if they tell me that, Poonam, this is the kind of makeup I like, this is the kind of look like that, it makes my job so much more easy. I'm like, okay, she, if she shows me a reference picture where the bride, say Alia Bhatt, okay, she's not wearing kajal, or her, her base is really subtle, I'll instantly understand that this is what my bride wants. So reference pictures, having a, lookbook is very important. Like I cannot stress more on the fact that having that reference pictures of what you want, and most brides have it. They have already they keep screenshotting whatever pictures they like and what they want to look like. So it's not, they do it. Yeah.
So so basically, you mean to say they should hydrate themselves, keep them hydrated, keep visit a dermatologist.
Yeah.
Then prepare, do some research.
Yeah.
Keep the look book
Yeah.
ready.
So
Things will help.
these things will help, like find trending outfits on Instagram. What colors are trending? Do they want a pastel? Do they want to go for a pastel outfit, or do they want to go for a bright red outfit? Things like that. If they do their research, it will really make their planning so much more easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Poonam, if I have to ask you that, sometimes there are people who do not have an opportunity to have a makeup artist in their day. Maybe any reason, any reason.
Yeah.
What they should do, how they should plan things so they also look good on that.
On their day. So I do understand that sometimes budgets are tight. They want they want something good, but at their own budget. So there are a lot of makeup studios and salons offering in studio makeup. So where we are not coming to your venue, but you come to our studio and I can give you a really good rate. Just because you're saving me that time and hassle of to and fro from the venue. And at the same time, once your 2 hours are over, I can easily slot other appointments simultaneously. So by clients going to the makeup studio, they are saving so much hassle of the makeup artist, making them want to give them a discounted rate, a good rate, just because you are going to them. So, so my suggestion to brides would be like, if they want something good and they don't have the budget or they don't want to spend too much, take that little extra effort to have your logistics planned out and just go to the place, get the makeup done and come back and you're sorted. It's the best way. It's the easiest way. The minute you call someone to you, they're going to give their charges.
Is there any way where you do just a small makeup by yourself or with your family member help or something in the end? Is it possible? Or
so a lot of it could be possible, but it is very stressful. Who wants to take that stress? Because the parents of the bride have 100 things to run around on that day. So the last thing you want is that, oh my God, I am not looking nice. So even if it's about, shelling that little extra, but you're shelling it for your peace of mind. You're shelling it to have a smooth experience. And at the end of the day, I always tell my brides that your wedding is happening just that once.
To the end of our podcast. Yeah. So here we have this particular section where we do rapid fire.
Okay.
So I'll ask you a question. You have to,
done.
rapidly answer them.
Done.
Okay. So your favorite makeup brand?
As of now, NARS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most essential makeup product?
I think a setting spray.
Okay. Matte finish or glossy finish?
Both.
Yeah. One, if you have to select one.
Matte. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite makeup trend of all time?
The dewy makeup look.
Dewy makeup.
Yeah.
Okay. And makeup icon or inspiration?
Deepika Padukone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bold lips or smoky eyes?
Smoky eyes.
Yeah. Okay. Day or night makeup? Which makeup?
Day
makeup.
Yeah.
Okay. One makeup item which you can't live without?
I think eyebrow pencil.
Yeah. Okay. And best advice you have ever received?
Be on time.
Yeah. Great. Favorite beauty influencer?
There is this one female, Ankita, by her Instagram handle is Coralista blog. Very Indian skin tone friendly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So people can check.
Yeah.
And my last question. If you have to, do a makeup for a celebrity, bridal makeup for a celebrity, who would that be?
I think Deepika Padukone.
She's already married.
Yeah, I know. But like her facial, okay, fine. Let me see who's not married. Give me a celebrity that's not married yet.
Ananya Pandey, Shraddha Kapoor.
Oh yeah, Ananya Pandey is interesting. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Ananya, what would Gayan do?
Yeah.
Like for Ananya.
Definitely her over Janvi and all. Yeah, Ananya Pandey for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so Poonam, it was great having you here. It was a
Likewise.
very good.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pritesh. Loved being here. And I think this was so informative for all the brides as well. And for anybody planning a wedding, it's such kind of information is very, it's not openly shared.
Okay.
And it may seem like a piece of cake for us, but for people planning, it's just like, oh my God, we have to do this.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing such insightful
Yeah. Welcome.
information to our members.
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking the right questions and the questions were on point. I think which every bride would be totally inquisitive about. So yeah.
Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. अगर आपको लगता है कि ये content किसी के लिए important है, please share with them. And in case if you want us to cover a specific topic or content, please comment below. Thank you.